Good morning. It's January 13th. Today I'm going to invite you to come along with me to over 9,000 years of Irish history. Today I'm going to walk through the Irish National Heritage Park, which is located just on, here you go, the River Slaney, which is near the Ferry Carrick. It's just on the outskirts of Wexford town, and I'm going to put a link up here to show you the map. It opened up in 1987. It's spread over 35 acres, just like I said, off the River Slaney. Now, they have guided tours. There's a gift shop and a restaurant, and they also have birds of prey, overnight stays, corporate events, school events, and you can even have a wedding here. The prices range from, for an adult is 14 euros, and for kids between 4 and 18 it's 8 euros. Kids under 4 are free. They have a senior rate over 60, it's 12 euros, and they have family deals. So we're going to walk around here today and see what it's like to walk around the history of Ireland. Now, it goes back into the Bronze Age. It'll come up to the time when the Vikings settled it. Wexford was founded by the Vikings in 900s, and then in 1169 it was taken over by the Normans. And if you see my vlogs that we have from the Hook Lighthouse, Tintern Abbey, Ferns, even Waterford, it all relates and ties into that. So here's the statue, an old Celtic statue, and here's the opening part of it, and we're going to go inside and we're going to see what that's like. So they have places here where you can have picnics and that. And like I said, it goes out through 35 acres. There's about 16 different points, or show you different ones. Also, it has another interesting thing is you can have an overnight stay here, whereas you can rent it up either in it's a Viking longhouse or one of the roundhouses, with groups of like 2 to 8 people. And I believe the price is around 550 euros for that. But as you actually stay in there, you can wear the clothes, and you actually live like it was back in the day. So anyways, we're going to go walk in now, and we're going to pay our entrance fee and give it a walk around.
Information panel at each site, so you can indeed go alone and self-guide and take your
That's what I'm doing. I'm going to do a vlog on it. I called earlier this week.
Okay.
So I'm just going to walk around and show the Heritage Park for, you know, my viewers and stuff. So.
Absolutely no problem. Guided tour schedule if you're not interested?
No, not for today, but I'll
no
mention that is, and I'll mention the website and that, so that if anyone's coming here, you know, they can go. I just saw that they have the...
I'll give you a read on this. You're going to...
I just say that they actually have the bus link here now, too.
Yes.
That's
so it goes
handy.
Monday to Saturday on the hour, every hour.
Okay.
From the bus stop up there.
Perfect.
So, yeah, no, I wasn't aware that you had rang ahead or anything.
Well, I don't mind paying the 14 euros. It's not much, but...
Give me those 2 bucks. Oh, no problem, thank you.
So I got a little brochure with the map so we can go around and take a look at.
Darling, no problem at all.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, no problem.
Have yourself a good day.
I'm sure I will.
So to get out there, the best way
Go down
this way,
here.
and then you finish off. You go into the gift shop, and then there's the restaurant.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
The centre is at site 14, so you can pop in there and see the amazing birds of prey as well.
Okay.
If you want to do that.
Thank you very much. They have mobility scooters available and the park rangers, so they're getting the tour. So we're going to do it on our own. And here it is. So you walk out, and then you have the Falconry Centre, Age of Invasion, Early Christian Ireland, and Prehistoric Ireland. So it has a nice big map right here. And I have my map in my hand. So sites 1 to 11. Here we go. I had to put on my trusty hat. Forgot my hat on. So here we're coming up to the first part. Fire's going. Smells of the peat. Oh wow, look in there. Very cramped, you'd have a fire there. See if you can go inside. very small. You wouldn't get much in there. And then you have another one here. So,
James.
okay, so this would be a campsite. So this is 9,000 years ago, Middle Stone Age. So that's basically what it was all about. Now we'll walk on to the second side. Okay, here's the second one coming up. The first farmers. So it's a little bit upscaled from the first one we saw. It's going back 6,000 years. The Neolithic period, or the New Stone Age. So, wow, you can see we're getting a little bit more advanced. Let's see what this is like. Wow. So, there's the fireplace in there. He has a basket with eggs. It's pretty cool. So the animals would be in here with the family for the warmth and that. But this one, you can see it's quite big. They have a loft too. So you'd have a couple of animals here. Okay. So this one's a little smaller. As opposed to the big house. Now, we continue on to site number 3. Okay, here's the next part. Works of giants. So these are burial tombs. Megaliths, meaning big stone. Does it say what time and period it was? But it basically has the layout you can see right here. And there's a have a go. So they would always put, this is how they moved it. They would have stones with wooden bottoms and they'd roll it around. It's just an example of a big old one. Couldn't move that, could you? This is basically, this would be the burial stone that they would have put in the ancient times. Okay, let's continue. So we're walking on the forest, we're coming into another part. This one, wonder what this is. There's little fairy doors. These you can find everywhere in Ireland. A lot of shops will have it, even in the Bullring Market. There's a place where you could buy the little fairy doors. A lot of kids have them in their house and stuff. Allows the fairies to come into the house. Look at them around the trees. Look around here. House. There's one under the tree. I like that tree. I have a thing with trees. I just like them. When the first baby laughed for the first time, it laughed, broke into 1,000 pieces, and that was the beginning of the fairies. Okay, we're walking around again. Little fairy doors here and there on the trees. We'll keep walking on the tour. Like I said, it's just outside of Wexford town. You can walk here, but it's a little bit difficult on the motorway part. So you'd have to be confident in your walking abilities. but you can get here. But there's the bus, the local bus. You can get here by bus or taxi, or if you have your own car, they have a car park here. The witness tree, nearly 4,000 years ago. This tree, Scots pine, was growing in a diverse, dense woodland in County Kerry, in the southwest of Ireland. So, look at these. Here we come up to another spot. Bronze Age begins. So I guess the stone here, about 4,500 years ago, Irish society changed dramatically. Single burials appeared with special pottery. The first metal objects, the Bronze Age had begun. So these would be an example of that. So when they had the other spot where they had the markings, that would be a mass burial place where you put more and more people in. Whereas now we have a single burial. Okay. Here we have a mini Stonehenge, which is the only way I can explain it. Yeah, interesting. Let's read up a bit about it, because as you go along, like I said, you can have the tour, or you can take it yourself and you read the signs. So, stone circles are found across Ireland. They're built between 3,000 and 4,000 years ago, in the middle of the Bronze Age. They may be connected with some sort of sky worship. And here's our stone circles are located in Ireland. So you can see on the map, there's a lot in Kerry Court, and then up north, beside Donegal, Antrim and all that. And there's a few scatterings up here around, that'll be by Wicklow. So that's what that is. And now we go on to site number 6. Now, Ogham is an old stone way of communicating. It's like the earliest form of an alphabet. So, Ogham is a form of Irish writing invented 1,700 years ago, based on the Latin alphabet and commemorating dead and magical inscriptions. So, here's an example of them marking it up. And then here's what the stone looks like. And you see these would be all letterings. Now, don't know exactly how that relates to like English or how you transfer, but I know somebody used to, you can get your name and that marked on a little pendant and all, and then you can have it as a necklace and stuff. Wonder if they'll have any of that in the gift shop at the end. We'll take a look. So now we're heading on to site number 7. You can see the wall around here. Okay, this is a fort or a farm. I wonder if they're asking a question. So ring forts. These were homes of the most important people in society over thousands of years ago. While some were strongly defended, most may have just been enclosed farmsteads. So it was a way of protecting what you had, your animals and stuff. So walk into the fort or the farm. Well, let's go to the left first. Let's see an overview. It's very well fortified. Oh wow, you even have a overlooking the whole farm. You can see all around us. See how it's built in the traditional method. Like there's not, it's all with twine that's made up and straw and wood. So it's all locally sourced, as you would back 1,000 years ago. Okay, so there's a couple of roundhouses here and what looks to be a barn. So let's see, poke our head inside. Okay, and there you go. Although I don't think they had lights back then. This is for our benefit. So here's even out a curtain rod. 2 curtain rods. So you'd sleep on these sides, and you'd have the hearth in the middle. Let's go see the smaller one. There we go. There. Very simple. So this is like a kitchen, I guess, then? I don't know. Seems to be a kitchen. You have all the meats drying itself up there. And walk around here. And that should be the tour of the farm. So here's where they have a cattle head there. So I guess this is where your cattle would be. So it'd be very compact. Like, I don't know how many people you'd have in here. But I'd imagine there'd be a fair bit. Even the Irish homes, you know, in the 80s and the 70s, you'd have tons of people in a small room. So, all right. So, we'll keep moving on. I think it's this way. Like I said, it's over 35 acres that you walk around and go. It's right on the doorsteps. And this, like I said, it's the national one. Oh, they have toilets here. So if you're in the, want to have to go for a quick break, you just follow down there. Early Christian Monastery. Okay. We're lucky with the weather today. Now it's a little brisk. It's about 3 or 4 degrees, but it's sunny and dry. Saints and scholars. Christianity came to Ireland about 1600 years ago, and it seems to spread rapidly. Monasteries like this sprang up all around Ireland and quickly became centers of learning, art, and political power. Okay. Here's a nice big fine stone building. And there's telling you a bit of story behind it, but here's like would be an altar, and then something from the Book of Kells, like a artwork from, and there's the Bible sitting on the podium there. And then I guess you can sit here and watch the video, and then they even have upstairs a little bit where you can keep some supplies. And we'll go see what this is. I've seen this on the side. I don't think it's a chapel for the fairies. I wonder if it's a grave site or grave marker. But there you have it. Let's go see these buildings. That one's a monk's cabin, rectory. Oh, they're way built, so we'll be able to, and obviously the big Celtic cross. Scriptorium. So this is where they would rewrite the Bible in Latin, and or the Book of Kells. You see examples of the Book of Kells. Very interesting. Let's go here. See what this one says. Abbot's house. So the abbot has his own place with the fire, even as a pet. Very well decorated. Now, it would be damp, I'm sure. And let's see the monk's cell. Why do they call it a cell? Is it like a prison? Let's crawl in here. It's a little bit tight. Okay, so it's more basic. I don't know if the GoPro picks it up, but you have a wooden block, and that's why it could fit 3 monks. No fireplace though, so it definitely would be damp. But the monks would be self-preserving. They'd have their own gardens to grow their vegetables and whatnot. Okay, I'm gonna finish off and go see the Celtic cross there. But here's the refectory. Let's see what this is like. Oh yes, this is a nice room. You'd have a nice big fire in the middle. Long tables, benches. And then food there, so this is where they all eat. Really nice. Heading on, the corn drying kiln. Oh, so I guess that would be it. And there's beehives there. So they make their mead. And site number 9, bread and beer. Okay, the woodland walk is that way. Let's go take a look at this first. Corn grows well in Ireland, but needs to be dried because of the damp climate. Kilns like this were used to dry out the malt grain for making bread and beer, and dry peas and beans for storage. So I guess that would have been, the fire goes in there to dry it off, and then here would have a stone to grind it. You'd have a little arm here and you'd turn it around and feed the corn or beans or peas. There's a little waterway right beside it. Explanation of what that is. There's the peat moss. See the brown logs like underneath the wood? That's peat. It's found in the bogs in Ireland. Has a distinctive smell. Hope you're enjoying this. I have so much more to show you. Stay with me for the remainder of this. We're doing really well. If you have a chance and you're liking what you're seeing, please hit that subscribe button and hit the bell button and comment at places you want me to go. I have a busy schedule coming up. I have a few more places to hit, as well as I'm going to be going to Sofia in February 3rd for a few nights, and then we have Azerbaijan in April, and I'm still trying to come up with more, but I want to get that monetization part. So at last check, it was at 867 subscribers. So we're almost there, 120 some odd, and we'll be at the magic 1,000. So please hit that subscribe button if you will. Now we're going on the little woodland park. We'll see what that is like. It's going off the tour itself. I just want to see what it's like a bit, and then we'll continue on with the 10th site for the Heritage Park tour. I think this might be a place where you just go for a walk in the country. Like I said, they have 35 acres. So I don't know if I'll do a lot of it. I'd rather stay with the tour. I just want to see if there's anything interesting. Now you'd have wildlife and you'd have birds and stuff in here. Right now it's in the middle of winter, so there's less foliage and tree leaves in it. I can hear water in the background. But this goes on to the other side of that little lake that we saw, the moat. But if you continued on with the moat side, that would get you to the next spots on the tour. We'll just go up to here and see if I see anything. So I'm going to pause it right now, head back, and we'll continue on joining the tour. Okay, so now we're back on to where we left off at stage number 9, and here's the water that's looks like stagnant water, but so you'd follow this along to continue on to the tour. Like I said, there's 16 points we hit. We're at number 9, so we have a few more to go ahead. Oh, that's why. So it's not really a stagnant one. It's like a little mini waterfall. So panning for gold. That's one thing. Panning for gold is actually illegal in Ireland, because anything that's a mineral like that is found has to go to the state. So you don't see anyone with the gold mining or the metal detectors on the beaches and that. The March of Progress. So water mill was introduced in Ireland about 1400 years ago and rapidly spread. The mills are on the seashore using the tide to turn the currents. I think that's how you say it. Here's an example of it. We're going to go take a look. Now, if anyone wants my Timon vlog, we went to an old mill in the Brownswood Forest, a Brownswood Castle. So here would be where the grain would be dropped in there, or the corn, and then the stone would be turning around without the use of muscle power, but with the use of water power. And here, you can see how that's designed. Here underneath. So here's where they would open up. Now it's closed right now, but you see they would lift that up when the water gets to a certain level, and they would turn the wheel. Now let's see, panning for gold this way. Okay, and then here's where the kids could play with pretending to pan for gold. I don't think I'd be very good at this. Oh, there's gold in there, see? Fool's gold. No, I don't think that's gold. Well, there it looks like there's little specks of pretend fool's gold in there. What do you think? Am I rich? All right, let's keep going on this tour. Just to let you know, I did a little detour. Once you finish the panning for the gold, come back over the bridge there to the mill and then continue on this way. So I ended up doing a path around. It wasn't a huge detour, but it was a little tricky that way. I didn't realize once you got over to the other side there was a path on. So basically you went around the woodland trek a bit, but it was only like about a 5 or 7 minute detour. So now we're walking along here. Here's the nice little Jack's toilets, Mana, Fear Mana, women and men. So when they have the little signs there, and the trail comes down, this is where it leads you to. Okay, Site 11. Here's where the sign says. So let's see what it's all about. Hot stuff. Fluacht Fia is just a pit in the ground where water was boiled by dropping in hot stones, probably for cooking. They found all over Ireland, most dates from 3,000 to 4,000 years ago. So basically, this is how it's done. Let's take a look at, I don't know what that little mud round hut is, but here's the fire pit. No entry. So I don't think there's much water there. But they would burn up round stones, get them hot, and throw them in. Okay. Here's a break area where you could stop. I guess if you're on class tours or group, corporate outings and that. Or like I said, you can have weddings here too. So in the summertime with the greenery and that, and the buildings, you can have some interesting place. So this is based on the imagining of a Viking era or early medieval period lodge. Okay. Okay, so you can see the opening in the background where they'd have the fire burning into and the water heating up. So, wet woodland trail. Here's what you could find on it with the different plants and wildlife. Exit and site 12. Let's keep going this way. Here's some more Ogham writing on the post. There's a little deer skull with a little antler. Imagine this in the summertime with the trees all bloomed with leaves and that covered over. It'd be like a tunnel you're walking in. It'd be very peaceful. It's open all year round. I think it's there's 2 days a year it's closed. I'll put the website in the links below so you could check out the times and more information. And here's a carving there. Oh, here looks like to be a stone, a sword. And there's some animal bones hanging in the tree there. The gods of wet places. Wet places like bogs, rivers, and lakes were important sacred zones in ancient Ireland. Some of the finest metalwork we have made back to late prehistoric, like 2,000 to 3,000 years ago, came from wet places. So these are like they found it in these places. That's the meaning behind it. And here's the gift shop in the back here, and the restaurant's on the other side. There's some birds there. Looks like a little duck. Smells good, whatever's coming out of that kitchen now, I can tell you that. I can get a whiff from it. Woo. My stomach's starting to rumble. All I had was 2 coffees today. Oh, here's some wildlife. No doubt I'll be getting little fishies in there. I've seen them jump down. I wonder if these are the roundhouses and that you stay in if you book the overnight stay. That would be interesting. Now you'd have to have a group because 550 euros is quite a lot. I don't know, maybe if I get monetized and you guys want it, I could use some of the proceeds to visit here and see what the experience is overnight. Okay, so here's a hall. Let's go inside this little place. It's not that little, it's actually not too bad. The light's off, it's not working. And some small shields. You'd have a fire in the middle. Wonder what this is. Oh, it's filled with grain. Thought it was a shower. Not really. Okay, let's take a look at this side. If there's any difference on this side of the wall. No entry. So this is a royal house. Henry Jack. So describes like the legendary Queen Maeve of Connaught would have stayed in something like this. So yeah, you have a better view from this side. You see some chainmail armor there. Yeah, so it does have the idea of a royal palace, considering the time frame that we're looking at, going way back when. Look at the reeds around the water. Ideal for wildlife. Okay. Viking is that boatyard. Viking boatyard next. So like I said, the Vikings first came to Wexford and settled Wexford 900 years ago. Cronogh is an artificial island made by building up layers of soils and sods, bushwood stones, and even bones in shallow parts of the lake, binding them together. Okay, so that's what it does. It sort of makes an artificial island, which would protect the buildings that you have. Periods being 1500 to 1000 years ago. Here's an example of them. So now we'll head off to the boatyard. Here we go. Here's some artwork on the wall. Odin is the highest and oldest of the gods. In the beginning there was nothing, neither sand nor sea nor cooling surf. There was no earth, nor upper heaven, no blade or glass, only the great void. And when you come in through here, you can hear they have some music and background noise, maybe? Alrighty. Okay, the Vikings. The Vikings exploded from Scandinavia about 1200 years ago and rapidly spread through Britain, Ireland, and Western Europe, establishing colonies in Iceland, Greenland, even reaching the coast of America 400 years before Columbus. The Vikings from Sweden spread through Russia and as down as far as Byzantium, the modern day Istanbul. In Ireland, the Vikings built our first towns. They minted our first coins. They introduced art styles, expanded trade in with Britain and the continent. Descendants of Normans and the Vikings, they helped shape the Middle Europe. So let's take a look at what these are. Oh yeah, this looks a lot more comfortable. I wonder if this is the Viking longhouse that you could stay at with a group of friends. I think it has from 2 to 8 people. Oh, interesting. And then here's the boat. We can go in it. Let's go in it from the other side. We'll do it properly. That's a supply shed, so you can't really get in there, but so here's the Viking boat. And you'd be on the sea looking out as if you're going away. Okay, let's keep going. And we have another little small hut here. So they're for grinding some corn again. And wheat, I guess. It's a little kitchen area or eating area. And then we continue on. So that was 13. So those of you that are paying attention, that means we have 3 more to go. Well, here'd be a little Viking prison. Now they have a falconry section here where you could take the tour of the birds of prey. That'll all be explained on the website, so just click on the link below. Robert Fitzstephen. Now, those of you that watched one of my earlier videos when I went to Banno to Kilmore through Collinstown, that first church that we saw on the water a bit, that's what predates to that. So if you haven't seen that, just go look at my South Wexford vlogs. It says the history trails that way. Site 14, Falconry Center. Up this way. Well, you get a beautiful view. Okay, so see, there's the entrance right there where we started the whole vlog. So we're actually on the other side of that road. So we crossed over without even really knowing. This is epic. So the adventure playground for the kids. So they can play on these playground. Mostly made out of wood. Some rope. A couple of tires. They weren't around in the medieval times though. This looks like to be the Norman castle, and that would be a round tower. And the falconry Was that I haven't seen that one. I hear birds. Maybe it's over this bridge here. Building the lost town. Okay. Making mortar the medieval way. This is how they make cement. Ooh. And there it is there. So they'd take mud and straw, grind it up, and then heat it up together. So they'd use this to grind it up and then have a fire to warm it up. Oh, Falconry Center right there. Duh. It's also the Norman Castle. So it's 2 with 1. There we go. So we didn't miss anything. So Normans came in 1167. 1169 is when the real army hit. And like I said, they created most of the southeast. A lot of the major buildings, the lighthouse, the oldest lighthouse in the world, was created by the Normans. And here's into the castle. And the Falconry Center. Hi, how are you? So, well, here's all the different birds. Fitzy, stalker falcon. And this is Buddy, a lagger falcon. Barn owl nest box. Stanley. There's Stanley up there. Striated cara. Floki. Red kite. Wow, there's a gray owl. Einstein. Pretty cool. And there, a Euro owl. Rommel. You can see that he's in the corner. It's like a white and gray, dark gray. Bella and Nagosi. Straight at Caracara. So it's similar to the one over there. They're big, eh? Here's Henry. Harris Hawk. Vinny Harris Hawk. They have quite a lot of birds. Here's Norman, another Harris Hawk. And these look out of place. Maggie Major, military macaw. So, hi, how are you? We're lucky with the weather today.
We're not too bad.
No, it's a nice day.
It's not as cold and
No, it's
no
not.
rain either.
No rain is the big thing.
Yes.
So, how long has the falcons and all the birds of prey been here?
2017.
217. So it's relatively new.
Yes. Yeah.
Because this has been around since what, 89, 87?
87.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a nice little walk. It's handy in that, and I've been here a few times just to the restaurant, you
Right,
know,
yes.
for confirmations and
All right. Yeah.
you know, first communions and
Yeah.
that. But I haven't actually taken the tour.
Right.
But I've done most of Wexford now, and this is one of the
Yeah.
places I hadn't.
You live in local then, or?
Yeah, I live in Wexford.
Oh, you're not.
Yeah. But I've done all of it. I started with doing around Wexford town and
Right.
been up to the north a couple of times. I went to Scotland and
Right.
England. I've been to Nepal, and I'm heading off to this. So I'm trying to do like travel vlogs of
Yes.
different places. So,
Yeah.
but I have about 50 videos on Wexford.
Right.
You know, so all the interesting places to
Yeah.
go see. And I've had a few people even come from the States and Canada
Right.
from watching my videos and then
yeah.
going to all the different places. So
You're off. You're going to Nepal. Or you've been to
I've been to Nepal. I was there for
Really?
33 days last
Really, yeah.
last September, October.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this year I'm going to Bulgaria in February,
Right.
and April I'm going to Azerbaijan.
Right.
And those are the ones I've planned so far, and then we'll see.
Yeah.
I only have left to do is JFK Arboretum,
Right.
and I haven't done Edenvale, you know, the little waterfall.
Yes, yes,
That's a
yes.
small one, but
Yeah,
but everything else I've done there. Even with the Taman, and Taman was a good one.
Right. You put it on Facebook or
Facebook and
site or-
YouTube, yeah.
YouTube, yeah.
Yeah, YouTube's the big one. So
Right. What do you go on on YouTube?
Celtic McWalks.
Celtic?
McWalks. Here, I'll
Right.
give you.
Yeah.
that's my-
Google.
yeah. All right. Cheers. Thanks.
Mind yourself.
Mind yourself.
Have a look at some of your
Yeah.
videos.
Sure. Go ahead there. Thank you. There was a nice little conversation there. Don't know how much I'll show on that or tell, but very good place. Potentially another subscriber. We'll see. Now we're going up to the Round Tower. Those of you that watched my very first vlog, and also my one where Skeeter Park Trail, which I walked that whole trail, I mentioned the Round Tower. And here we're coming up to it. Now this is a Crimean War monument, because a lot of Irish were sent over in the first Crimean War in the 1800s, and lost their lives. So that's what it was commemorated for. Okay, so this comes back down. Round towers were put up for defenses back in the same time as the Normans. Let's see. Here we go. There were symbolic things of wealth. So ones who had towns that had it had a lot of money. And here's where the Fairy Carrick Tower one. Okay, to commemorate 1857, to commemorate the Wexford men who killed in the Crimean War from 1854 to 1855. So there was quite a lot that went over there and lost their lives. Now, an interesting side run is if you watched my Kilkenny vlog, and if you haven't, do so, because they have a round tower there that you actually can go up, and it's 122 steps up, very claustrophobic, and I did climb up it. You get a beautiful view of the whole city of Kilkenny. So just go look at that if you have a chance. And here's the round tower. It's funny they haven't fixed the Crimean War. It's still a problem after all these years. It's because of the strategic location of it. And there you'd have a ladder that you'd go up into it and steps to go around to the top. Well, the traditional normal round towers. So that's why it would be hard to get to. You'd pull up the ladder, close it off, and then you'd be able to defend it. Okay, let's go see what this is. So it's explaining about the defenses. They'd have ditches they'd make. Here's the main round tower where we're at. Bridge. And these were all excavated and found. And there's even another site there. Tells you about it. But basically that's it for the tour right now. But don't go away yet. We're gonna see what the gift shop and what kind of food we can get for a little tasty treat, because my stomach is rumbling. So now we're walking up to the gift shop and the kitchen, or the restaurant I should say, and we'll see what that's like. Here's another little play area for kids. Just outside of the restaurant. We'll see what the has to offer in the gift shop, and then I'll go get something to eat and I'll show you what it's like. The Irish National Heritage Park, Wexford. Automatic doors. That's what we like. Okay, so there is music there, so I'll probably have to, so you can get Viking stuff for kids. So there's music, so I'll have to cut it out or talk over it or do it in cuts. Nice some lapel pins and that. I got the Irish one there, but tea towels, Guinness stuff for kids, clothing. Here's some more souvenirs, some Irish products, tea coasters, Irish pottery. And then you have some little t-shirts and that for kids. Little owls, you know, they're cute. Set the prices, 17 euros for that. Little books for kids, 6 euros, that's not bad. That's a hardcover, sturdy book. Yeah, and then little magnets. Oh, wonder if Emily would want a magnet. Let's see. $4.50. Oh, we'd get that. That's a souvenir on my travels. Little guardian angels. Here's a nice top. Ooh, it's textured. And there's some bracelets and some other stuff. And that's about it. So what I'm going to do is turn it off now. I'm going to go and show you what it is like when I get something to eat. Oh, say, I got the little fridge magnet for Emily. She collects them and we'll get something to eat here. See what they have. Oh. Might go for breakfast tea and a scone. There's sausage rolls. Hi, could I have a breakfast tea and a scone?
Yeah, no problem.
Yep.
We don't have raisins, that's alright.
That's fine.
Would you like to heat it with cream?
Yes, please. Why not? So it's heated with cream. And then there's other items here. And then Dale Phillips' famous Coke Zero. Sandwiches, pies, sausage rolls.
Good morning.
Hello. Thank you. Yeah, the floor's like a non-stick. It's all brand new. Yeah, it looks very neat.
How many do you want?
Thank you very much.
One.
Oh yeah.
Alright, so
Almost got carried away with myself.
it's one tea and one scone.
Yep.
Perfect, that's $5.70 then.
$5.70. Perfect.
And you can take some jam and butter if you'd like over there.
There's 7. Okay, so we got butter. I think butter with the cream will be enough.
Yeah.
Was there a knife?
Oh yeah, I'll get you a knife there now. It's 130 change.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Enjoy.
That was very reasonable. 5 something for your scone, heated scone with the cream, butter, and then a tea. So, gonna see what that's like. Stir the old tea bag. I like my tea strong. Pour that in. It's a nice mug of tea. I'll put 1 brown sugar in it. And a little bit of milk. And then we'll stir that baby up. And then get the old knife out. The trick is cut the scone in half. Lay the butter on it and add the cream. And And then put the cream on it. We'll start with the one side because we don't want the cream to melt off. Try the tea. Very good. Good Irish tea. Now, let's go. Very good. It's a spot. Here's what it looks like. They have jam there if you want to, but now I'm just gonna finish this off, and then we're gonna go. Okay, that's all done. Now I'm just going to finish off my tea, and we're gonna go, and I'll show you where you can catch the bus if you're here taking the bus. I might walk in, take a look, but we'll see what's going on. I'll just show you quickly where it is, and that'll be it for the tour today. Thanks for staying for the whole end of it. If you're not subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button or the bell button to be notified, and that like button, the little pop-up that say thank you for the video. So I hope you enjoyed that. It was a really good trip for myself. I enjoyed it. First time I've taken the whole National Heritage Park tour. I've been here like 16 years now and I haven't taken it yet. So, and then all you have to do is go out of the gate. See, remember we were at the round tower up there, but you walk up to the top of the hill, see where the stop sign is, you turn to the left and there's a bus stop there that'll help take you right into Wexford town. Otherwise it's about a 40-minute walk. I think I might walk in. It's always good to exercise and clear the mind, but it's options available. You can also take taxis if you want to. It's not too far from Wexford town, or they have a car park for your cars, or you can organize tours with different bus companies and that. So it's all options are available to you.